I want you to think about this. I just had a conversation with somebody, and I want to share with you some perspective. So I was talking to somebody, and they were saying how they appreciate me because I always look out for them. I always keep it real with them, and I'm somebody that they can come to and rely on, and for guidance and information and that. And they said something that was very key. They said a lot of people around them are afraid of them, or afraid of this person, I should say. So because they're afraid of this person, a lot of the people around him doesn't tell him stuff. And and I had to point out to him that, number one, if the people closest to you are afraid of you, that's not good. That's not something to be proud of. That's not good at all. Now, it's also, you can't look at them and say that it's some weakness on their part, that they're afraid of you, and because of they're afraid of you, that they won't tell you certain things. Because here's the problem in that. First of all, if they're afraid of you, that means that you're doing something wrong. And again, if these are people that are close to you, these are your friends, these are your family, there's no reason why they should be afraid of you. There's no reason why they should not be able to speak their mind around you. And this is important. And if people are afraid of you, if they're afraid to speak their mind, if they're physically afraid of you, any of that, that's your fault. That's something that you need to change. You need to fix that. You need to analyze what you're doing. You need to analyze that that's not okay. It's not healthy. Okay? Now, what happens is people, you might be looking at them like they're afraid of you, and in some cases they may be. But a lot of times it's not that people are actually afraid of you. It's just they know if they keep it real with you, your reaction is going to be so negative. You're probably going to be argumentative. You're probably going to be combative. You're probably just not going to listen. And it just, they realize it just doesn't make any sense for them to bother. It doesn't make any sense for them to put themselves through that when all they're trying to do is help you. Now, also the problem with that is you, because of your behavior, because of your unwillingness to listen, because of your ego, because of your sensitivity, whatever it is, you're keeping information away from you. That's harming you. Because if somebody that's close to you sees that you're doing something wrong, and for whatever reason they can't or won't tell you that, that means they're just going to sit there and watch you screw up and watch you damage yourself. And they're not going to say anything. And they're not going to say anything because they know that they're going to get a negative reaction out of you. So it's not going to benefit you, and it's not going to benefit them. So what is the point? Now, what happens is when something goes wrong, people tend to look around and they get mad. They're like, yo, everybody saw this happen and nobody wanted to say nothing. See, that's why I don't like y'all. I can't trust you. You disloyal, this and that. No, it's not them. It's you. It's your fault. If you make people comfortable, then they will speak. If you allow people if you are receptive to information, if you are receptive to truth, then people won't have a problem giving you that truth. But if you are always being too sensitive or too prideful, and everything hurts your feelings. And it's another thing. Sometimes people are too sensitive. They're too prideful. The truth hurts your feelings, but you don't want to show that, you don't want to admit to that, and you don't want to hear it, and you're not willing to make any changes, so you lash out. And the smart ones know that that's actually fear. But you disguise that fear as aggression. It's not healthy to you. It's not helpful to you. So when those people sit there and watch you self-destruct, they see things coming and they don't say anything. And then when it happens and you get mad, it's your fault. It's not theirs. Don't blame them. We have to start looking at ourselves realistically and looking at ourselves truthfully. We have to start diving deep within ourselves and start being real and start fixing the problems. Because I know a lot of people that the same type of person that says, yeah, people are scared of me, so they're not going to tell me. Well, those same people will complain when bad things happen to them, and they're always blaming somebody else for their misfortunes. It's always some reason why it's somebody else's fault and never their fault, because that person, the person with that mentality, is not taking responsibility for themselves. Don't be that person. Now, you have to analyze yourself and ask yourself, am I that person? Do I have these issues? If you have those issues and you are that person, then stop complaining about everybody else. It's not them, it's you. Start recognizing your issues, your drawbacks, your shortcomings, and start changing them. Because you're going to keep running through these same problems. And again, there's so many people that I see, every problem is because of somebody else. Everybody's against them. Nobody wants to help me. Whenever I hear somebody constantly saying that they have problems, but it's always somebody else, I know what it is. It's not those people, it's them. Don't be that person. No one should ever be. The people around you should not be afraid of you in any way, shape, or form. You are being disloyal to them if you're not allowing them to be honest. If you're not willing to intake true information, you're being disloyal to them. You're being disloyal to yourself. Just want you to think about that. Salute.